We're part of SC2ratings.com. My name is Renee, and I'm here with Rachel. Now, I have a couple questions to ask of you, if that's okay.
Sure.
What got you started into interviewing with esports? I mean, tell us your path.
Well, in high school, I used to be a big gamer, and I got into competitive games late in high school, and I was actually a player. I played Team Fortress 2, which is a team FPS on the PC.
Yes.
A lot of big
what
fans.
What class did you play?
I was a medic. I mean, I'm a
You're
chick.
a medic.
I
Oh,
was a
every
medic.
chick is a medic. Or
I know, but
or they're crazy or they're a pyro. Like it just.
There's no pyros in competitive. Every time someone comes out to me and says, "Oh, I'm really good at pyro," I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't play competitive."
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that went on, and then that kind of competitively died out. And then there's a show, Ultimate Gamer.
Yeah.
And a lot of people from my clan were in it, but it was Xbox games. So I went out, I bought an Xbox, and I trained like mad, and I actually got accepted on the show. So that was really cool last summer. I filmed that, and it was in the fall. And then right about when I was doing that, my boyfriend Torch was out in Korea competing in the very first GSL. So he got to round of 64, lost, but made a lot of connections out there, started working out there, and through him I really got involved in the scene.
Oh, that's how you got involved in the StarCraft scene.
Yeah.
How was that? I mean, I don't know if we're getting too personal here, but how was that? I mean, you stayed behind here while he went to, I mean, how did that, how long were you two together before that? And was that long distance thing difficult? Like, I want to know.
Well, I've been dating Torch for 6.5 years. We went to high school together, met in high school, and grew into eSports together. There's nothing that's going to break us up. But he went out to, I was doing the TV show at the time, so I was really busy, and then he was going back out to Korea and home and back out. He went home and back like 4 times, so I saw him a lot still.
Okay, so that isn't too bad. It wasn't like it was complete.
Well, he moved out there in February, so now he does actually live out there. He works for GOM TV.
Yeah.
And I'm here and covering StarCraft.
Okay, so you have continued plans to do this for the future.
Yes, I actually work for a company called Sports Network, and we're trying to do really good coverage of the StarCraft scene. We really want to focus on the Koreans, bring them into the light, and then other esports. So Quake, we're big into. We'll be at QuakeCon next week. All sorts of stuff.
Okay. And do you have any tips for somebody who's trying to get into the interviews or even just breaking into the StarCraft 2 scene in general? Because like you were saying earlier, sometimes it takes, I mean, you got a lot of your connections through, knowing other people. So what kind of tips do you have for that?
Well, I was lucky enough to, when I was a competitive player, I got a lot of respect as someone who would I was there to show up. I trained hard, I played hard. It wasn't frivolous for me. It wasn't something I was doing for any other reason than I wanted to be very good. So a lot of people saw that, and I was lucky enough to make friends with people like DJ Wheat and Sir Scoots very early on, and I've always looked up to them as mentors and how to conduct myself in the industry, and they've been an excellent example. So I'm sort of, big fan of Live on 3. DJ Wheat is kind of the historian of esports, and the way he presents things is always very, I don't want to say it's always very fair, because someone's going to disagree with that.
Yeah,
but it's from a lot of angles. It's a very mature perspective, and that's something that I've always tried to capture with my take on esports. So it's not about me, it's who I'm interviewing, and it's not about any sort of social climbing for me. It's really about spotlighting these people who are already doing so much.
Exactly. Because, I mean, sometimes you find that you get a lot of animosity. It's like, oh, you're just a pretty face interviewing. So, I mean, what do you say to that? I mean, obviously, other than just lots of content and lots of being knowledgeable about the sport in general.
Well, I just, people can say that to me, but you can go to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/cybersportsnetwork. You can see all my interviews. You can come to these events and watch me interact with the Korean players. I'm friends with them. I'm involved in their sport. They know that I'm working to improve their situation. And so respect from within the community is more what I'm worried about. When people see me and comment on me, I think that, I'll eventually speak for myself to them. So they can say what they want, but,
But you know what? Haters going to hate.
Not even that, Haters are going to become educated and become lovers. So
Okay.
that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, that's definitely a good way to think about that. Well, that about wraps it up. We're SC2ratings.com, and this was Rachel.
Thanks so much, guys.